Read us a lovely quote from the How to Love book by Thich Nhat Hanh. Let's see what comes up for us. Liberation from complexes. Often we can't love ourselves or others fully when we're stuck in our own complexes. When you have an inferiority complex, you have low self-esteem, and this is a kind of sickness. High self-esteem is also a sickness because you consider yourself to be above others, and that causes suffering as well. Although equality is something good, it can also be a complex. When you say, I'm as good as he is, you still think you have a separate self. When you compare two selves to each other, suffering will result. Real liberty is freedom from all these complexes. So that's something to mull over for the next bit of time while we're moving through our flows. You may want to have a blanket with you today for the knees, and let's get started, shall we? So we will start in a supine position. So coming all the way down onto your back, knees bent, feet on the mat. Take a moment, get your shoulder blades nice and flat. Make sure your neck feels long. Chin gently draws toward the throat. So back of neck is long. We're not big and open through the throat in the sense of we're not moving the chin away from the chest. So keep things nice and neutral here. Draw the navel in to the point where you can start to feel awareness into your lower back. There's a hollowing sensation happening in the abdomen. So maintain this. Feel a gentle pull up through your pelvic floor. Tapping into our Uddiyana Bandha, let's see if we can stay connected here for the next little bit. So as we inhale, just see if you can draw everything in that tiny bit more. And exhale, pull it in a tiny bit more. And then soften and release. Notice the balance across your hips and shoulders. And let's practice that again. You may like to have your hands rested on your abdomen, but see what works for you. Same steps. So just ever so gently, start to draw your navel back toward the spine. Then start to find a little lift through your pelvic floor, pulling upward to the space behind your navel where they then meet together. So almost like you're trying to pull air up through your pelvic floor or pull water up through your pelvic floor and into your body. You feel everything gathering together and pulling gently up and in. Pausing here, bring your right knee toward your chest. Keep the belly nice and engaged. All those internal spaces connected. Bring your right foot down to the floor. Bring the left knee in. And bring the left foot down to the floor. Good. Release, relax, Uddiyana Bandha. Give yourself a moment. And these are subtle bits of awareness in the body. So be patient with yourself. If it feels like you're doing nothing, well, that's okay. It just means you need to work tapping into the subtleties a little bit more. So we don't want to be doing these bandhas with a lot of force. It's more about the gentle knitting of the muscle fibers coming together and connecting. So we're not just pulling like we'd be like yanking a chain or something. Again, think of it as like a knitting procedure where you're taking the time to make sure everything is in its place. So when you're ready, just one more time. We'll work in through the belly, but as we do it this time, let's bring our hands to our thighs and just gently press the legs away from you. So just that action in itself hopefully starts to bring your connection deeper into your core, so you can feel that hollowing sensation right off the bat from pressing into your thighs. So now continue your process, drawing the belly in, connecting your pelvic floor, drawing it up. You might notice this goes quite a bit deeper here. Try to breathe in, pull up even more. Breathe out, pull up a little bit more. Hold. And release. Let your hands come down by the sides. Soften the belly. And engage the belly, Uddiyana Bandha. Bring the right knee in toward the chest. Keep your shoulders flat. Bring your right foot down to the mat. Left knee pulls into the chest. And then the foot comes back down. Excellent. Left knee, or right knee rather, pulls back in. And then the toes reach for the ceiling. Stretch out through that leg. Lengthen the right leg all the way down. Your heel touches the ground and drag your heel into you, and then place the toes down. Belly is still drawn in. Left knee floats into the body. Keep your upper body straight and strong. Left toes reach for the ceiling as you extend through the leg. Really spread the toes here. You're grounded with that abdomen, with the lower back. Left toes reach forward so the leg can extend all the way down. Heel touches down and presses into the ground as you drag it back in toward you, and place your toes on the mat. Both knees pull in toward the chest. Spread your toes. All 10 toes reach for the ceiling as you extend the legs. Secure your core and your abdomen. Both feet lower forward and down. Strong legs. Heels touch down. Bending the knees as you drag the heels in toward you, and then place the toes down on the mat. 2 more times with that, working the awareness of your abdomen. So do your best. Keep that low back connected to the mat. You've got this. Both knees pull in. Toes extend up. Spread them nice and wide. Toes reach forward. Solid low back. Heels touch the ground. Heels drag along the ground toward you. Toes come down. If it's easier, you can have your hands under your hips, but I'm hoping that you've made enough connections so far to not need that at the moment. Both knees pull in, spread the toes. All 10 toes reach up. Secure the back into the mat, solid abs. Toes reach forward and down, straight and strong with the legs. Heels touch down, drag them in, and then lower your toes down. Breathe in and breathe out. Draw the belly in, right knee pulls into chest. Left hand reaches for the outer edge of the right foot. So the hand is across the top of right foot. Right hand is still down on the mat. Right sole faces the ceiling. Make sure your ankle is stacked above your knee and it's not wavering in or out. Then reach the right toes away from you, working to extend your right leg, which you do not have to fully extend, of course. Just find the space that feels like a nice stretch for you here. Breathe in and out. And bend through the right knee. You got it. Slowly cross the right thigh over the left. You can release the foot and move into a nice easy twist as you draw the knees over and down to the left. You can slide the knees up toward your left shoulder, or your left elbow, I should say. Breathe in and out. We're not here long, but notice the connection in your core and in your abdomen. See if you can continually, on your exhales, find the little drawing in, the little knitting action of your core. And slowly come all the way back to center. Keep your legs crossed. Head and shoulders float up. Grab the outer edges of the feet. So left hand is grabbing outer edge of right foot. Right hand grabs left foot. Pull the feet out to the sides. Head and shoulders are still lifted. Chest is floating toward the ceiling. And keep the head and shoulders up. Release through the legs so all 10 toes reach up to the ceiling. Hands are reaching up to the ceiling. Breathing in. Breathing out. Hands and toes reach forward and down. Hover the feet 2 inches away from the ground. And then bend the knees into your chest. Head and shoulders rest. Hug the knees. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Coming into stillness, right sole comes down to the mat. Right hand reaches for the outer edge of the left foot. Of course, you can grab the calf or the ankle as well if that's more accessible. Left foot faces the ceiling. We stack ankle over the knee as best as we can. Breathe in and breathe out. Work the left toes away as we aim to extend through that left leg. So this is big on the hamstrings here, rooting down through the hips and the lower back. Enjoy all that spaciousness you have. And we'll bend through that left knee. Pull that thigh forward and down across the right thigh. Knees pull in, over and down to the right, maybe sliding those knees up toward your right elbow. Enjoying the breath here. Notice all that beautiful space you have through the left side of your body. And nice and easy, strong through the abs. Come back to center. Head and shoulders float up to grab the feet. So left hand grabs right foot, right hand grabs left foot, and we draw the feet to the other sides of the room. Opening the legs, or the hips, I should say, as we pull through the feet. In this reclined Gomukhasana. When you're ready, slowly release your grip. All 10 toes, all 10 fingers reach to the ceiling. Breathing in. And breathing out. Fingers and toes reach forward as the feet lower 2 inches, hovering. Hold. And bend the knees, pull them in, give yourself a hug. Head and shoulders rest. Gentle rock side to side. Beautiful. Coming all the way into stillness, breathing in. Head and shoulders float as you breathe out. Reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. So your knees are still bent into your chest. Just the hands are reaching up. Find the space where you can be stress-free here relatively through the neck and the shoulders, because we're using so much awareness in our core. Send the toes up to the ceiling. Bend the knees. Send the toes up to on a 45, and then bring the knees back in. And then feet go out about 30 degrees. And then knees come in. Hands reach forward as the legs go straight out, 6 inches away from the mat. Knees pull in, head and shoulders are still lifted. One more time. Hands and feet reach forward as we hover 2 inches away from the mat with the heels. Pull the knees in. Head and shoulders rest. Hips go up and over as the hands press down. We come into Malasana. Or Halasana, sorry. Plow pose. Malasana would not be very convenient from this position. So let's enjoy our plow just for a few cycles of breath. Breathe in and breathe out. No need for a deep plow here or anything, just getting a nice opening through the posterior chain. Take your time. Hands come down beside you so you can gently lower your hips down. Bend the knees, grab behind the thighs, roll yourself up. Feet are on the mat. Okay, so we've worked through this the last few weeks or so, because we will be getting into our Malasana. Remember all the deep chair stuff we were doing. So rolling back and forth now between our plow and then working to come up into our Malasana, but it might take a few tries, right? So let's roll it back, let the hips just come up, and then roll forward. Use a bit of momentum. Feet will step a bit wider than the hips so you can reach forward and pull your chest forward and maybe have your hips lift. Don't stress if it doesn't happen. Roll back down. Let the hips lift up and over. Roll back forwards. Feet wider than the hips. Hands reach forward. Awesome. Roll back. Hips up and over. Roll forward and up. Maybe reach to your Malasana. 2 more times. Rolling back, hips up and over. Rolling forward, maybe coming up to Malasana. Rolling back, last time. Rolling up. Malasana, place your palms on the mat, lift your hips. You can adjust your feet to shoulder width apart if that feels good for you. Knees are gently bent here so you can enjoy the forward fold position. When you're ready, on an inhale, gaze forward, flat back on a breath in. And fold on the breath out. Let your knees bend as much as you need to have your belly touch your thighs and your fingers on the mat. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, flat back. And fold. Grab the hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, belly is on the thighs, knuckles reach to the sky. Breathe in and out here. And slowly release. Fingertips come down, flat back, inhale. And stand up, exhale. Circle the arms around and up, breathe in. Hands to the heart, breathe out. Beautiful. So let's see what happens here. Try to get your fingers up your back as you bring the hands to the low back. We've practiced this before, so if you already know it's not going to work for you, you can bring the fingers to face down, but if you can, try to get the fingers going up your back. So you really end up opening your chest. Your fingers are kind of touching into your low ribs. Breathe in. Breathe out. You might even like hugging the hands around the hips and having your fingers wrap around. That can feel nice too as an alternative. Just keep working that open chest. Pull the elbows back as best as you can. Press into your heels. And slowly release. Rotate out your wrists for a moment. Okay. Shake out the legs for a sec. And place them about shoulder width apart. Place the hands back in the same position as best as you can. Fingers going up the back. Open your chest to the ceiling so you feel that exaggerated pulling of the sternum as it lifts up. Start to lean back a tiny bit. Enjoy this standing back bend. Stay in the position, but release your hands. And you could reach them up, or you could just keep the hands on the hips and continue lifting the chest. You could also reach the hands slightly back. See how the arms feel on the shoulders? When you're ready, inhale, come back. Neutral spine, hands down through heart center. Looks simple, but it's a lot of work, I know. Breathing in, circle the arms. Breathing out, bring both feet together. Heels could be a couple inches apart. Interlace the fingers, cross one thumb over the other. Exhale, reach the hands to the right. Hips pull to the left, inhale, center. Exhale, fingers pull left, hips pull right. Beautiful. Center. Go back to the right with the hands. Center. And left. Center. And right. Ooh, I got some nice adjustments in my neck on that one. And one more time. Center to the left. Fabulous. All the way up, breathing in. Breathing out, hands down through heart center, hinge at the hips, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, right foot steps back, lower the knee down, untuck the toes, Anjaneyasana. Left hand comes down toward the mat, right hand reaches to the left. Of course, you could use a block here. Right hand comes forward and down below the right shoulder. Right toes lift as we float left fingers forward and then circle around to revolve into that side lunge as we reach to the bottom edge of the mat. Beautiful. Breathing in, come all the way back forward, left hand, and the right knee floats up into a full lunge. Both hands then sweep all the way up, crescent lunge, and twist. Right hand forward, left hand back. Stay strong in the back leg. You could even lift the heel, left hand to back of right thigh, right hand reaches back. Breathe in and breathe out. You got it. Right hand forward and down, left hand forward and down. Left foot, 3-limb dog, all the way up. Beautiful. Strong arms. Bend the left knee, open and stack the hip, and step behind yourself to wild thing. And downward dog. Breathe in and out here. Inhale to plank. Exhale to lower, your choice. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Looking forward, hopping or walking to the hands. Flat back, inhale. Stand up. Circle the arms. Fold. Flat back. Left foot steps back, knee lowers down. Anjaneyasana, hands pull up and back. Right hand down, left hand reaches to the right. Left hand reaches forward and down, left toes tuck, right hand sweeps forwards and circles around back as we pivot through the hips and look to the bottom edge of our mat. Breathing in and out. Nice and strong, right hand circles back forward as we lift the hips and come into a lunge. Once you feel steady, hands sweep up as we squeeze the legs, crescent, revolved crescent, and maybe exalted revolved crescent. Right hand down, left hand reaches back. Full inhale and exhale. Left hand forward and down, right hand forward and down. Right foot all the way up, 3-limb dog. You're nice and strong here through both legs, through both arms. Right knee bends, we open and stack hips, step behind ourselves, right hand floats, wild thing. And then come back to downward dog. Breathe in and out here. And go through your flow. Maybe you choose chaturanga and up dog. Maybe you prefer Ashtanga Pranam and Cobra today. Breathe in and out. Gaze forward when you're ready, bend the knees. Walk or hop your feet up to the hands. Find your flat back on an inhale. And fold on the exhale. Once again, interlace the fingers behind your back. Reach the knuckles up and away. Belly to the thighs. Chest to the thighs. Knuckles to the sky. And slowly release. Fingertips come all the way down. We find our flat back on the inhale. And stand up on the exhale. Circle the arms as you once again bring the feet together. Big toes touch, interlace fingers. Reach the hands to the right, hips shift to the left. Nice big stretch. Back to center. Go to the other side. Enjoy the stretch here. Keep the arms straight and strong as best as you can. Chest faces forward. 2 more each side. Follow your breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Beautiful. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands down. Anjali Mudra. Hinge at the hips. Fingertips to the mat. Flat back. Breathe in. Right foot steps back, breathe out, knee lowers down. Anjaneyasana, hands come all the way up and back. Right hand down, left hand forward as the right knee lifts. Shift into your revolved side lunge. Breathe in and out here. Excellent. Now, come all the way back to your regular lunge with the right knee lifted. And we'll walk the hands over to the right, turn the right toes up as we now move into a deep side lunge. Bending deep into left knee. Hands could reach forward. They could be on the mat. See what works for you. Or you could bring your palms into prayer at Anjali Mudra, heart center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Excellent. Walk the hands back forward. Shift into your lunge again. Left hand reaches forward on the mat. Let right toes float up. Right fingers float up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Notice the space and solid foundation you have here in this pose. Excellent. Right hand comes down. Right toes come down to the ground in line with the left heel. Lower the right knee down in the same line as the left heel. Now walk your hands over to the left and settle yourself into your Gomukhasana with the left leg on top. So by all means, you can straighten the bottom leg out if this is a bit much. We won't be here for too long, but enjoy the space where you can go. Breathing all the way in. Optional to twist, bringing right hand or elbow outside left thigh, left fingers pull to the outer edge of the left hip. Breathe in and out. And slowly come back forward with the hands. Lift the right hip, tuck the toes. You're back in your lunge. Right toes are behind the left heel. Right hand sweeps forward, right heel floats up. Left fingers sweep out and up to the ceiling. Revolved half moon. Nice and long through the legs. Left hand comes down, bend left knee, step toe, right toes back. Step back plank. Lower through your flow. Choose what's best for you right now. Coming into your downward dog when you're ready. Breathe in and out. Notice the differences between the sides. Hopefully the left side feels quite a bit more open. Let's look forward and walk or hop those feet to the hands. Flat back on the breath in. And then on the breath out, left foot steps back. Lunge, lower the knee down, Anjaneyasana as the hands sweep up and back. Right fingers come down, left hand reaches to the right. Nice big stretch here. Left hand comes forward and down as left toes tuck, right hand sweeps forwards, circles around as we pivot at the hips. Reach to the bottom edge of the mat, breathing in, breathing out. Coming all the way back forward into a lunge. Both hands forward and down, left foot's on the ground. And then walk the hands over to the left as the left heel pivots down and toes go up and we sink into the right knee. Hands could stay on the mat or maybe palms come in prayer and see how you feel here. Breathe in and out, stay nice and active through the left toes. And when you're ready, come back to your lunge. So use the hands to help you. Right hand slides forward on the mat. Left leg floats up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon here. Open your chest to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. Left hand can come down. Left toes come down to the mat in the same line as the right heel. Left knee comes down. We walk the hands to the right, to come down onto our outer left hip and adjust ourselves into Gomukhasana on this side. By all means, bottom leg could straighten out. Breathe in and out as you sit tall. And maybe twist. Left hand or elbow outside right thigh. Right hand could step just outside the right hip as you rotate your chest to the right. Breath is in and out of the nose. You might be into your Ujjayi breathing. Perhaps you prefer balanced breathing, whatever it is. Keep breathing. Take your time. Rotate back forward. Come back up into your lunge. Left hand steps forward, left leg floats up, right fingers to the ceiling. Revolved half moon. And take your time. Left toes come down, the hands are down. Step back to plank. Go through your flow. Landing in your downward dog when you're ready. Take your time. Breathe in and out. Let's gaze to the top of the mat when you're ready and walk or hop the feet up to the hands. Flat back on a breath in. And fold on the breath out, tucking the fingers underneath the heels and gently draw your upper body down. Elbows are cinched outside the legs. Look at the space between your calves. And gently release. Fingertips come forward and down onto the mat, flat back. And stand up. Pause here for a moment. Breathe in and out. One more time. Bring the hands to the mid-back, perhaps fingers pointing up, palms towards sacrum. Open your chest. Elbows draw back. Sternum lifts up. Open your heart. Breathe. And nice and easy. Release. Breathing in. And out. Circle the arms up, step the feet together, big toes touch. Reach to the right, hips move left, center, reach left, center. Two more each side. Keep a fairly moderate pace with the breath. Okay, and to the left. Good, same idea, breathe in. Exhale, Utkatasana, shift the hips back, left elbow to the outer right thigh, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, right elbow, left thigh. Good. Inhale, center. Twist right. Center. Twist left. Center. Twist right. Center. Twist left. Good. Center. Twist right as you step the left foot back. Center. Twist left as you step the right foot back. Okay, two more of those. Center. Twist right, left foot back. center, twist left, right foot back. One more each side. Center. And stand up. Circle the arms. Fold forward. Flat back. Plant the palms. Step the feet back to downward dog. Big toes touch. Right toes sweep up. 3-limb dog. Bend the knee, step it back. Wild thing. Open the heart. And come back to down dog. Left foot sweeps up. Open the hips. Wild thing. Big stretch. Back to down dog. Breathe in. Right foot steps forward. Left knee lowers down. Untuck the toes. Right hand steps inside right foot. Let's hang out in a dragon's lunge here. By all means, you could use a block underneath the hands or the elbows. Maybe your elbows can come down to the mat. Back toes can stay untucked, the knee can stay down. Breathe in and out, keep the throat open. Try to keep your weight to the midline. Press your big toe down on the right foot. Take your time, come back up onto your hands if you were on your elbows. Draw your navel in, just like we did at the beginning of class, and pull your hips back as you lengthen into the right leg. Sole of foot's on the mat still. Right hand, left hand are on the mat, but either side of the front leg now, you're on your fingertips. Draw your belly in. Try to keep the sole of your right foot on the mat. Bring your upper body up. You might be able to bring your left hand to your left heel and the right hand reaches up and back. Breathe in and out. Slowly, draw your right fingers forward as you draw your upper body up. Right toes can shine to the ceiling as your fingers come back down, and maybe slide the heel forward and the left knee back. Come into your Hanumanasana or dragon splits. Think of opening your chest to the ceiling. Elbows pull back and in. Open your heart. Option to bend the back left knee. Maybe you can reach for that foot. Maybe both hands can try to reach for that foot, or you could have your right hand on your right leg and open your heart from there. And then when you're ready, release the left leg down. Both hands are on the mat. You pull your belly in to lift the hips back and up. Drag your front leg in. Bring the sole of the foot down to the mat. You're in a 90-90 lunge. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring your right knee back down to table. Palms on the mat. Downward dog. Maybe walk the dog a little bit here. Come into stillness. Left foot steps forward between the hands, and we'll lower the right knee down. Moving into our dragon's lunge as the left hand and right hand are inside the left foot. Back toes can untuck. Up to you. You can stay up on the hands. You can rest elbows on a block. Maybe the elbows can come down to the ground. We hang out here in this lovely dragon's lunge. Chest is open. Breath is in and out of the nose. Enjoy the heat moving through your body. Take your time. Come back up onto your hands. Left hand walks outside left foot. Draw your belly in and start to pull your hips back as we lengthen into the left leg, keeping the sole of the foot on the mat. Continue to draw the belly in. Perhaps you can find your balance, bringing the upper body up. And the right hand might be able to reach for the right heel, and the left hand can reach back. Breathe in and out here. Coming all the way forward with the left fingers to help you pull yourself back gently. Flare the left toes to the ceiling and slide that left heel forward, moving into your dragon splits on this side. Breathe in and breathe out. Open your chest. Maybe you can bend the back leg on this side. Not going to happen for me today. I did a bit too much yesterday. So up to you. Breathing in, breathing out. Take your time. When you're ready, belly draws in, hips pull back as the front heel drags in. Bend your left knee, plant the foot. You're in a 90-90 lunge. Bring the left knee back and down. Open the knees as wide as the mat, big toes together. Sit your bum to your heels and then rest your chest forward and down. Nice and easy when you're ready. Reaching the arms forward, mindfully shift your weight forward, cinch your knees back in, hip distance apart, and lower yourself down onto the mat into a Sphinx pose. So untuck the toes, elbows are under the shoulders, palms are flat down. Chest is nice and open here. Let's look over the right shoulder. Look back through center and over the left shoulder. Look back through center. Look over the right shoulder as you bring the right heel to the glute. Look forward, lengthen the right leg down. Look over left shoulder as you bring the left heel in. We'll do that one 2 more times. Look forward, over the right side, bend the right knee. Look forward, bend the left knee, look back. One more time. Look right. Inhale. Look left. Center. If available, seal pose. Elbows float up. And nice and easy, lower the elbows down. Right arm forward, left hand helps you roll over onto your back. Bring those hips to a nice neutral place. Right knee pulls in. Give yourself a nice hug as you lengthen the left leg down. Move into a nice twist here. Left hand outside, right knee. Right fingers extend over to the right, and you gaze toward your right hand. Allowing your body to be on this like big diagonal line from your right fingers to your left toes. Do your best to keep that right knee grounded on the mat. And slowly come all the way back to center. Place the right foot on the mat, bend the left knee, place it on that foot on the mat. Hips are nice and neutral. Left knee pulls in, give it a hug. Right leg lengthens down. And twist. Right hand outside, left knee. Pull that knee over and down to the right as the left fingers reach away. Notice all the beautiful opening through your chest, maybe through your neck. And slowly come all the way back to center, bending the knees. Hips are nice and neutral. Right thigh crosses over the left. Hips shimmy to the right. Lower the knees over and down to the left. Nice deep twisted roots here. Right fingers reach to the right. Aim to have your shoulder blades flat on the mat or your shoulders. Breathe. You could look to the right if it feels good for you. allowing the breathing to naturally just slow down a bit, still moving in and out of the nose. And slowly return to center. When you feel ready, left thigh crosses over the right. Hips shimmy a bit to the left so you can lower the knees over and down to the right. Enjoying all that space that opens up here. Maybe looking to the left if that feels good. Enjoy the inhales and exhales and the tiny spaces or the big spaces that are opening up for you today. And slowly release to bring yourself back to center. Take your time. One leg at a time, lengthen all the way down into your Shavasana. Relax through your arms. Allow your shoulder blades to get nice and flat behind you. I'll read through that quote again as we settle into Shavasana. Often we can't love ourselves or others fully when we're stuck in our own complexes. When you have an inferiority complex, you have low self-esteem, and this is a kind of sickness. High self-esteem is also a sickness because you consider yourself to be above others, and that causes suffering as well. Although equality is something good, it can also be a complex. When you say I'm as good as he is, you still think you have a separate self. When you compare two selves to each other, suffering will result. Real liberty is freedom from all these complexes. So continuing to settle in here, just for a couple of minutes. Following your breath as it moves in and out. Soften the skin on your face. Relax the skin on your throat, neck, and shoulders. Soften across your arms, your chest, your abdomen, all the way down your back, your hips and your legs, down to your feet and your toes and your soles. And from your soles all the way back up to the crown. Allowing everything to then soften back down to the toes. Follow your breath up and down the whole body as you continue to soften here. And drawing a nice full breath in when you're ready. Enjoying a lovely stretch or reach through the body. Knees pull into the chest when you're ready. Give yourself a lovely little hug. Maybe rock side to side. Eventually, roll yourself up, however you like, into a comfortable seated position. Let's bring our palms to prayer at heart center. And sitting tall, maybe closing your eyes if it feels good. Just notice how you feel here. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's draw a nice full breath in of loving gratitude into ourselves. And a nice full breath out of loving gratitude for everyone else. And thank you for our practice today. Namaste. And thank you for joining me. I hope you feel super fantastic and that we reached all sorts of fun places. Superb. Glad you enjoyed, everyone. All right. Well, we'll see you again very soon. Much love. Bye.